Good afternoon. This is Sam, and I'm the grand prosperator, not conspirator, of corporate learning. I was reflecting actually today about something that our IS colleagues have recently implemented, and it's called the Partner Account Management Strategy. And I was thinking about how this relates to learning, and I think that what they've done is quite brilliant because, in a way, they've kind of asserted that they are partners, not the provider of client services to the rest of the organization. I think this is very important, particularly for any type of support function. Because when you think about it, when you treat someone as a customer or as a client, that maxim in retail, that the customer is always right, comes in. And, the customer isn't always right, but the fact of the truth is, in retail, they're the ones that are paying you, so you need to make sure that they feel like they're in the right. But in a corporate setting, when we're talking internally, that's actually not the case. And I think it has huge implications on managing expectations, motivation, as well as the end result. So if we kind of bring this back to the world of learning, I think when somebody starts to view that they are a consumer of learning services versus a partner in terms of learning, the primary problem is that it becomes a very much a judgment type of attitude. And it becomes one where it's an external consumption versus an actual participation in partnership through that learning. So what you end up having is learners who will complain about, I wish that you used a different type of PowerPoint, or that you should have kind of done this or done that, versus taking ownership of their own learning into their own hands. So I think if we transition in terms of understanding to we are actually partners together in trying to learn, then it takes a very different approach because it places part onus also on the learner themselves. I think in terms of the whole end result of a consumer mentality, which we reinforce a lot of the time through our appraisals, these smiley faces, it's almost as if success or failure of a learning intervention is dependent on whether somebody's happy or not, and that's really not the case. That's a very consumer mentality. What ends up happening is that people become judge and critic versus master of their own learning.